Fuel your body with complete multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just one tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
Good afternoon, family, Grand Rising. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Your week has been beautiful, and of course, wishing you a beautiful weekend as we enter into it. Happy Friday, 55 minutes past the top of the hour, and welcome to another episode of the Pan-African Bliss. To everyone who's just with us on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, to those who are with us on the radio station as well. Hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. Spreaker, Spotify, Karibuni Sana as well. My name is Joby one more time, and of course, a quick reminder to download our app. That's where you can get these amazing organic supplements on the like of multivitamin, beetroot, ashwagandha, moringa pure, CMOS, aloe cucumber soap, shea butter, and so much more. So karibuni sana, and I hope you stay tuned till the end of the conversation as we get to talk about the new scam that the mainstream media is using, where they are using religion to fuel how do I say? They're using religion to make it seem like that's the problem that is fueling wars in Africa. If you look at what is happening currently in Nigeria, we've been talking about this since last week. Yesterday, we talked about Nicki Minaj's speech, which so many people are feeling it so off. And now currently this is happening in Tanzania because there's a new group of Islamist group, I bet and believe they are paid, who are coming out to now declare war. And this is upon Christians. They're saying that the Christian community are the ones who are being used by the government to fund these wars that are currently, or the destruction currently happening in Tanzania. And this is not a distraction. This is actually a very innocent, genuine demonstration. People calling out on clear transparent elections, and yet we have Samia Suluhu saying she doesn't understand why the people were demonstrating. So I have a video which explains much more on that. But along the conversation, we're going to talk about what is happening in Morocco. Not in Morocco, but Macron, sorry. As we see, Macron has begun the African tour. And he started with Mauritius, and I bet he's supposed to come to other African countries. I'll be giving you details on what this tour is all about. We have Ramaphosa, who has come out to actually talk about also the rising of gender-based violence in South Africa currently. Being November currently, if you notice, most of the women, to be specific, I'm not sure about men unless you're gay, most of the women have their profile colors in purple, which actually is a symbol of showcasing and gender-based violence. And we see Ramaphosa has come actually to talk about this because South Africa is one of the countries that suffers, actually the top countries that happens to be suffering from gender-based violence, which has been declared a national crisis. So we're going to be talking about this and so many more conversations as we also talk about how BRICS flipped, because looking at what Samia is doing is the same what African presidents are going to be doing. And we know why they're doing this is because they want to fulfill the white man's agenda, which we saw yesterday, the UN Secretary Antonio Guterres saying that whatever is happening in Alliance Sahel state is a global threat. This is not a global threat just because people have declared full true independence, because the independence we have is so fake. So we're going to be discussing about how since independence, so many African countries, not only are they not free, but how we've been put in this bracket of fake money scheme. And when we talk about the fake money scheme at the IMF, at the World Bank, all these fake secretive organizations or working organizations collaborating and cooperating with African countries, how actually this is a problem to Africa, because we can never solely make a decision independently without having the West, the Chinese always involved. We always have to depend on them on decision making. And the worst part is also how how we repay our debt. I think it's something I've been emphasizing, especially when you talk about the privatization of public assets, how we are affected as a continent and why we are affected. But that is my top conversation. So stay tuned. That is the video we're going to start with, actually, and then talk a little bit about the situation we talked about, Domaye Faye and Osman Sonko, that is from Senegal, because we talked about the arising war, not really war, but disagreement between the two. And you look at the if you go back to the transparency of elections, how things change and why this actually is happening. If you're gonna be having time, I'll be sharing that video. But karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby. We also have Mr. Blackotfa in the building as I get started. Karibu sana.
Not Sana, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Happy Friday. Um, yeah.
Yeah, karibu sana. Hope your week has been great.
Our week? Our week was busy. How was your week?
My week was good. Can't complain.
I think I
Best.
couldn't be on the phone. I couldn't be on the show with you yesterday. I was talking to the strawberry lady. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I tried to because I was like, I thought maybe you were just ignoring me. I was like, oh, bye. And
Oh yeah. You started talking back. Yeah. I wasn't annoying you. I put the other phone. I put the phone down that you was doing the show on because I was on the call with the Lori and the strawberry lady. They got it. They got into it. She ended up hanging up on our ass.
discussion not for the air, but anyway, good luck to the
Oh
people.
my god.
Y'all, this is my show. We're not talking
All
about that. But anyway,
right. All
um,
right.
yeah, shout out to Demore, shout out to the strawberry lady, wishing her the best. I believe in her. That is what I can say. And yeah, accountability is very important. I am heavy on accountability. That is just one of the reasons, one of the things I keep on talking about. And I believe personally, if I was not also accountable, I'll not have come this far with the majority of the things that literally I'm supposed to be taking care of in terms of many things, literally. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. I'm going to start with this video exactly as we get to understanding, of course, why we have puppets. You know, the reason why we have puppets is because of exploitation of African resources. There's no other thing. There's no sugarcoating anymore of saying, they believe in us, they are better governance of Africa. We can govern ourselves, leave alone what that prince guy white man said. Africa cannot govern itself. We have the capability of governing ourselves. And personally, and which for the longest time in my time, because most of the things we talk about are history that happened without us having any clue or information, or we're not there to witness it. Now, during my time, I have at least something I'm seeing and witnessing how Africa can be governed very good. And we've seen how the real power threatens the other fake power which wants to keep on dominating and controlling people, because the real power is actually what is happening in the Alliance Sahel state. Again, accountability, which being one of the biggest figures, strategy, which is one of the things that is enabling the three countries to move forward on actualizing what they want to do in terms of infrastructure, industrialization, employing the young people, and also when it comes to foreign affairs, how they're going to handle it, like the strategy and so much more. So during my time, I can say the only real leadership I'm witnessing personally, apart from Magufuli, which also I didn't know much at that particular time before even Magufuli was being killed, is the Alliance Sahel state, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. So what we have in the rest of the African countries, it's nothing compared to what we have there, because that's why we can't see any. Why is there not any attempted assassination on Samia Suluhu if this is a democratic and sovereign country? Why is there not attempted?
Exactly. And they tried to kill Ibram Torre again this week. They tried to kill him again. Huh?
Yeah, that is so crazy. I mean, they're not stopping. They won't stop. They're not
No. Exactly. Oh,
crazy. So why is there not any attempted assassination to Ruto, Museveni, uh, these fake
exactly.
leaders
You
who are
already
actually
know. You already know why.
openly declaring war to people? And then we go back again, shout out to Africans who are starting to understand also about the International Criminal Court, because this is the code that should be actually calling and ensuring this kind of injustice does not continue if they truly
That's
care
right.
about.
That's right. Exactly. But it's not. It's a fake. These are fake courts that are about white people. So African people, till you get power, there's no justice without any power. Okay, so there's no power, and these white people are not going to persecute their puppets who make their money. Understand, Europe. I want Africans to listen to me. Europe is poor. It's poor. It's always been poor. See, that's what you've never been taught. Europe and white people have always been poor. Always. That's their history. You have always been wealthy, rich. That's your real history. But
Exactly.
now they flipped it upside down, and now they're wealthy because of you. They're
Mm-hmm.
stealing your shit. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
all the stuff and all the problems in Africa are about. They're stealing from you. Go ahead, Joe.
Mm-hmm. And that's why actually we won't also be given the true education. And I go heavy on not even
Of course not.
understanding how our resources are, how much our resources cost. People get paid $2 here to every day for you mining and mining and mining tons of gold that are benefiting other people in trillions and billions of money. So we're not given the real education because that is the biggest, of course, that will be the biggest problem. Because if what I study in school gives me this figure of understanding and knowledge of understanding how my resources should be, how wealthy it should make me as an African, and then if I go to the illegal mining sites and I get $2 from a Chinese or a British employer, it's not making any sense. That should actually bring trouble. But this is why you can see most of our people, they're gonna be beaten, uh, disrespected, spat on, being called all types of racist words because you're not fully educated. But listen to this video. I loved this guy. I listen to this guy a lot personally. Sometimes he doesn't have most of the facts correctly, but sometimes it does. It's a pattern of learning. Shout out to Africans. I always love to say this. It's a pattern of learning. Nobody woke up, especially in this illusion, in this fake system, us knowing everything. We're all caught up in the lies. We're all caught up in the matrix, but everyone is trying to walk up. Not everyone, those who can, and those who are trying to actually do that.
1960, 17 African countries gained independence that year. Flags changed, national anthems were written. Leaders who had been prisoners became presidents. Political freedom arrived. But here is what didn't change: the money. You can have your own flag, your own parliament, your own president, but if your currency is still printed in Paris, if your debt is denominated in Washington, every import requires permission from London banks. Are you really independent? That question, that tension has shaped African economics for the past 65 years. And what just happened might be the first real attempt at an answer. 185 countries just plug into a payment system that doesn't ask the former colonial powers for permission. Now, let me show you why this matters, why it took so long, and why the story is way more complicated than China good, West bad. Because it's not that simple. It never is. Alright, let me show you how this worked. And I'm going to try to make this not look like a conspiracy theory. Because it's not. It's just systems. Systems that made sense to people who designed them, but created real problems for everyone else.
Exactly, because the, every time we call out these systems, which they have created a problem, um, which affects majority of the people, but a solution that works for them. Every time we call out these kind of things, it's a conspiracy theory. So I love the fact that he said, I'm not going to term this as a conspiracy theory, but it's
So the first example is the CFA franc. 14 African countries still use the CFA franc today. It's printed in France, managed by French Treasury. 50% of their foreign reserves have to be deposited in the French Treasury. Wait, it's not can be, have to be. Now, France, as usual, will tell you this provides stability, fixed exchange rates, low inflation, access to European markets, and they are not entirely wrong. CFA countries have lower inflation rates.
Pause it. They are entirely wrong. They are entirely wrong. It's a scam to steal all the money from Africans. And the Africans got to ball back the money that they gave to France. And not give them to France. Who controls the French banks? The Rothschilds. Who controls the English banks? The Rothschilds. That money goes straight to the Rothschilds to make them wealthier off African people's backs. And then they loan the money back to the African. You get this? The African's got to ask permission to get his own money back. And he only gets to get 50%. It's not to get to any European market. So he's wrong about that again. It's South Sister Eric Connor got it right. It's a scam. It's theft. It's poverty. It's purposely keeping African people poor by paying for Europeans all their infrastructure, all their lights, everything. So it's paying to make all their schools. The Africans are literally paying for all of France's infrastructure, all their schools, all their hospitals. Those countries sit in the dark, have no hospitals, have no good roads, have no good schools. Has nothing to do with no European markets. Go ahead, Joe.
Some of their neighbors. But here is what else is true. When you need to import medicine or build infrastructure or invest in industry, you need permission to access your own reserves.
You didn't give him time to explain, but anyway.
And that permission comes from Paris. Example 2, the US dollar dependency. Now, even countries without the CFA franc face a different trap. Most global commodities, oil, wheat, copper.
That's what you always say when I say something about Lynn Googie or somebody like that. I did give him a chance. He still didn't explain it. Go ahead.
So if you're Nigeria, for example, selling oil, you get paid in dollars. Then you need to buy Chinese equipment. But China wants yuan. So it actually means you convert dollars to yuan, losing money on both conversions. Or you are Kenya trying to import Indian pharmaceuticals, but the trade is denominated in dollars, even though neither Kenya nor India are the United States. It's like anytime you want to buy something from your neighbor, you first have to exchange your money for your landlord's money, pay him a fee, then buy from your neighbor, or who then has to do the same process in reverse. Why would anyone design a system like that? They wouldn't, not on purpose. It just evolved after World War II, when America was 50%.
It wasn't. It didn't just evolve like that. It didn't evolve like that. No one who would do it. They did it on purpose. See, that's what I'm telling these apps. Shut up. This was evil. They don't understand evilness. They designed like this on purpose. It was designed to exploit. Not an accident. They knew exactly what they were doing. He's trying to tell you they didn't know that the world. It was designed like this on purpose. They knew their empires were collapsing. How do we maintain Africa? We're going to put them into a money scam and throw them into debt. This is not an accident. Jesus Christ. Get the white man's dick out your mouth. Who would do this? This is on purpose, family. That's why they did it. To make sure Africans stayed impoverished. This is not an accident. It was designed to do what it's doing. And that's why it works. Keep Africans in debt and impoverished and all the wealth coming out of Africa to white people. And now the Asians, you get it? Not an accident. Shut the fuck up, you know what you're talking about. Not an accident, it's on purpose. How many damn, and he should know that by now. How many economic hitmen have told you this is on purpose? This is what we do. The CIA's already told you it's on purpose. You've had their own defectors tell you this was on purpose. And then if you don't submit to the damn robbing of you, we bring in the jackals and we murder your ass. We overthrow you. We put coups in Africa. So go ahead. Talking about the system. Who would do this? Talking about
economy. And most trade flow through New York and London. But Africa in 2025, that system doesn't fit anymore. Now, let me show you what this costs, because numbers matter than emotions here. According to the World Bank's 2024 data, sending remittance to sub-Saharan Africa costs an average of 8.5% per transaction. That's the highest in the world, not because African banks are inefficient, but because every transaction has to route through correspondent banks in New York or London. And that's not corruption. That's just how the pipes were built. And here is where it gets worse.
It's not corruption. It was built like that on purpose. That is corruption. It was built like that to rob from Africans. That's why I can't stand. You know what you're talking about, dude? It was built like, that's just the pipes. It was built like this on purpose, guys. Okay? Forget what this moron say. And everybody knows this by now. So don't tell me he's not waking up or he's using or he's a propagandist. It was built like this to steal from African people. And that's why you got all these wars in Africa now as well, for theft. That's why Dubai looks like it is, because of theft. These are not accidents. What are you talking about? All this is on purpose. These are white people and their exploitative, psychopathic, parasitical ways. They're parasites, and they set up every system they've ever designed has been parasitical. So since you're telling us, you should have went back and did your research. That's not a conspiracy theory. Every system white people have ever designed has been parasitical. You should know that since you're saying all this. From feudalism to colonialism to capitalism to communism, all of it is what? Parasitical. And they were all built on purpose. Talking about. Go ahead.
The Trump administration passed what's called the One Big Beautiful Bill. Buried in there is a new 1% tax on cash-based remittances. Money orders, Western Union type transfers starting January 1st, 2026. Now, to be clear, this only applies to cash-based transfers. If you send money through bank transfers or card payments, you are exempt. But here is the problem. Millions of African diaspora workers don't have easy access to bank or wire transfer services. They use Western Union, MoneyGram, money orders at corner stores. So let me give an example. A domestic worker in New York sending $500 back to Nigeria per month, she already loses $42 to the 8.5% transaction fee. Now,
that happens to our salary every single time.
Another $5 in tax. That's already $47, nearly 10% of what she's trying to send home. And that makes approximately $570 per year. Just gone. Now, if you are already losing 10% of your money just to send it home, and someone offers a system where you lose just 1%, what do you choose? That's what's making alternatives like SIPs suddenly very attractive. Now, it isn't ideology. This is math. Between 2020 and 2024, the Nigerian naira lost 70% of its value against the dollar. The Ghanaian cedi down 60%. The Zambian kwacha down 55%. Now, some of that is bad governance. Nigeria subsidizing fuel it can't afford. Ghana overspending on debt. These are real failures on African leadership. But some of it is structural. When global interest rates rise in Washington, African currencies crash. Not because Africa did anything wrong, but because capital flows back to dollar assets. Kenya's dollar reserves in early 2024, $6.8 billion, enough to cover about 3.5 months of imports. Now, that's right at the danger level. One bad harvest, one oil price spike, and you are in crisis. Now, Egypt's reserves dropped from $45 billion in 2011 to under $15 billion by 2023. So what do you do when you keep on scrambling every time for dollars just to keep your economy running? You borrow more dollars, which means you need even more dollars to pay back the loans. And now sending those dollars home costs more than ever. It's a trap, not a conspiracy. A real trap, and for 60 years, there have been no exit door. October 2024, Kazan, Russia. While Western media was focused on who showed up to the BRICS summit and who didn't, something else was happening. Countries were getting access to a different system. Not better necessarily, not perfect.
And pause that. You see, and this moron doesn't understand that the system that's being set up is controlled by the same people who built the first system he's complaining about. He doesn't know that the same system is being built by the same cats who created the other system. That's what's so funny. Okay, go ahead. Let's see.
Maybe it's my English, or our English is so pathetic. We're getting along with him, or I'm understanding what he's saying, but he's explaining exactly what you're saying. He just saying,
no, he's not.
Nah, he said people are shifting from BRICS, which is not a better necessity. It's not perfect. It's just a different strategy they're using. I don't know. Maybe it's our English.
No, dude, your English being messed up. I don't know if you understand what he's saying. He said these are just accidents. The system was an accident. It's not an accident. The system was built to work like it's worked, to keep African people impoverished. He's saying, oh, it was a mistake. No one knew the system. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you don't understand his English. He's telling you the system was just, no one would design it like this. It just happened. It didn't just happen. He's trying to tell you it's not nefarious. And it is nefarious. It is evil. It was set up to be evil. That's why I set up. He think it just, they just messed up when they set up the system. They didn't mess up. They set it up to be the way it was. That's why it's exploitative. That's why it's wicked. That's why that's why the IMF and the World Bank has never built any wealth in any third world country. There's no success in none of them, Joby. None. So you're looking at statistical improbability. If it was set up if the system was, like he said, set up by mistake, you would have some successes, Joby. There's none. There's not one success. Not one. So that means it was set up to be no successes. That's what I'm saying. He's saying it's an accident. Oh, they didn't know what they were doing, and blah, blah, blah. That's a lie. Because there's no success, Joby. All the third world is still the third world. All of it. So you can't find those success nowhere with the World Bank and the IMF. Show me one successful country who borrows from the IMF and World Bank for their infrastructure and their country that's actually benefited from that. Not one. So that means it was designed to do that. Go ahead, Joe.
Friends. Now, two things launched, or more accurately, one launched and one exploded. Now, the first is BRICS Pay, a new payment platform. So Russia was actually the country that was behind this push. It was kicked out of SWIFT after its intervention in Ukraine. Now, the BRICS Pay was designed by Brazil after its PIX system. And the goal was to let member countries trade directly in local currencies. Now,
exactly right. He's controlled opposition. Exactly. He understands what he's saying is that I'm trying to tell Joby that he's disinformation. Exactly. He understands exactly what he's saying. He knows he's disinformation. You're exactly right. There's no way he doesn't know this stuff. He said, oh, these are accidents. These are blah, blah, blah. This is some controlled opposition shit. Exactly right. But go ahead, Joby.
Cross-border interbank payment system. It's been around since 2015, but in 2025, it hit critical mass. As of June 2025, it connects 4,900 banks across 189 countries. Now, according to China's People's Bank, CIPS processed $12.7 trillion in the first half of 2025 alone. That's real money moving through real pipes. Now, let me be clear. This isn't a savior story. China is not riding in on a white horse to rescue Africa. They are building infrastructure that serves their interest, just like the West built infrastructure that served their interest 8 years ago.
And China didn't build none of this. They started from Goldman Sachs, the cats with the hat. Didn't start from no China. China was forced to do it because China was created. So this bullshit he's saying is not. I hate people that do damn fake measures. It annoys me. Either you're a propagandist or you're a willful idiot. Yeah, I understand his English, Joby. Whether you understand it, it's a different story. I understand his English. Go ahead.
Anyway, as we move on away from that, we're going to talk about what is happening in Tanzania related to Nigeria, where we can see personal ultimate as the new scam of the mainstream media using religion wars as the main reason why we have wars arising in Africa. We've talked about Nigeria. I don't want to go deeper into that, but yesterday we had an Islamist group, I do believe, which is a paid group, which came out to say that the Christian religion in Tanzania are the ones who are being paid, and they are being funded with weapons that are supplying to actually contribute to these killings of innocent people, because so far we've talked about 10,000 plus people, and the numbers keep on increasing, including even children, man. Shout out to Larry Mado, a reporter from Kenya, who's currently working at the CNN, whose life currently is under threat because of exposing what is happening in majority of the countries when it comes to war. And yeah, so I want to share this video as you see, because this is the new scam. Personally, I'm calling it the new scam because that is what they're using to now make Africans not understand the political war.
They do divide and conquer through religion. Exactly right, Joe. So they know that you Africans are all caught up in these goofy religions. And so I told you, religion was always the way to divide and conquer, because the African, sadly enough, has taken on the religion of the white Arab and the white Caucasian. The Christian and the Islam, both of these goofy religions are fake and false. You know any real history? So, but they know it, so they're going to use that to divide and find another reason to kill you. Because that's what same thing with the Nigerian thing, as Joby showed you. The girls that got kidnapped were Muslims, not Christians. They say, oh, and you got a goofy Nicki Minaj, this moron, for all the Christians. What does Nicki Minaj got to do with Nigeria? This broad's from Trinidad, cosplaying a Black American. What? Make it make sense. So they use her just to stir up some nonsense, supposed because of her popularity. This divide and conquer. That's how these entertainers are dangerous. Dangerous. Because when they fall off, they're willing to do anything to get some money and some relevance. I've been saying Nicki Minaj was a no good, you know what? No ethics. No, just a complete moron. And so he don't care about them invading Nigeria and innocent black people dying. Look like her. Because remember, these island Negroes are like the African Negroes. They're tribal too. These Jamaicans, these Trinidadians, these Bahamans, all these island Negroes. They're the same as these goofy Africans. They're tribal, don't care. She doesn't care. It's all about her being seen. I'm at the UN, even though I'm stupid. People know I'm dumb. She doesn't care about millions of Africans dying off a lie. She doesn't even care. That's how wicked this broad is. May she burn in hell. I wish there was a hell. It burned her ass or burn up in it. She's asking for the murder of millions of Africans, her own people. But she's an island broad. She doesn't see Africans as them. She's tribal too. These tribal Negroes, these Trinidadians, all these goofy, trying to cosplay as me. You can't cosplay me, bitch. You ain't a Black American. Go ahead, Joby.
If you're not paying attention to what is happening in Tanzania, you are missing the early chapters of what could soon be a clash of religions.
Maana yake tunaanza operation. Na katika operation yetu hiyo itakuwa inaenda na vikosi maalum.
This is so dangerous in Africa. Oh my God, this is so sad. Tanzania, one of the most peaceful countries in Africa, made right by Jews and just with religion, man, this is about to get scary, man. This is dangerous in Africa because the minds of Africans with this religion, you're about to see murders, deaths, and people killing people on a Jesus Christ, this is so sad. You would never thought this happened in Tanzania, but it's here. That's why these religions are so dangerous for African people. They about to start murdering each other. And you know what's behind it? This is my God, this is sad. Go ahead, Joe.
Tuko tayari kwa lolote this time.
It has been less than a month since Tanzanians went to the polls in a vote that quickly spiraled into bloodshed. The streets of Mwanza, Arusha, and Dar es Salaam saw protesters face off with security forces in deadly clashes. The death toll climbed, the outrage spread, and instead of calming the storm, Mama Samia generously showed the middle finger to her critics by appointing her daughter and son-in-law to senior cabinet roles. The move, seen by many, is a deliberate show of power rather than merit.
Na kwa vyovyote vile sitatoa siri za baraza la mawaziri. Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
This is a despicable bitch. Despicable. This is some scary shit, man. The Africans are too ignorant with this religion. They'll start killing each other. This breaks my heart. This is a despicable bitch.
Days later, she looked straight into the cameras and delivered the political quote of the year. Suluhu says she has no idea why the youths are fighting her regime. According to her, the unrest wasn't organic. It was orchestrated. The protesters weren't angry citizens. They were machineries on someone's payroll.
Jambo lile lilipotokea, vijana waliingizwa barabarani.
This bitch is evil. This is a despicable bitch. This bitch is evil. This is evil. And you need to start calling what things are. This is evil. This is a despicable, evil bitch. She's got blood stain of over 10,000 citizens on her. This is a despicable. That's how quick, we talked about this the other day, how quick Africa can change from peaceful because the ignorance is so deep in Africa. The ignorance that they refuse to educate people. And so that's why things can turn. So I agree with Joby. Why she said, I might not sit in the Tanzania during the next election. I might sit in the damn Rwanda, be safer there. Because this shit here, they got to get their ass out. This is some evil, wicked shit.
Yeah, it's not bad because people now travel in Tanzania, whether Kenyans or Tanzanians, if you don't have a national ID, they are taking you and you disappear. That is how we have most of the people burying folks just their clothes because they can't see their body. I was watching a video which was very disturbing today in the morning. We have women who are crying for their sons because most of them were arrested either during the demonstrations or after, those who are seen in the video. Same thing that happened in Kenya. They're nowhere to be found. Samia Suluhu said that they're going to be let free, but it's been almost 5 days since she said they're going to be let free, but they're nowhere to be found, not even arraigned in court. So where are these people?
She murdered them. They always said they got open graves. Open graves. They threw mass bodies in ditches. This is some evil. I can't believe this is Tanzania. This is Tanzania. I can say you said this is the Congo or Liberia or Sierra Leone or some shit, or Uganda, but never Tanzania. Wow.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I'll figure out where to hide, but Zanzibar is out of my options. That's all I know.
Udai haki. Tunataka kujua haki gani ambao vijana hawa wameikosa na kwa umoja wao waliingia barabarani kuidai haki hiyo. Purpose ya wale vijana kuingia. Ni haki gani, ili tuweze kuifanyia kazi na wapate haki yao.
Translation: Tanzania is too peaceful, too well governed for any legitimate public anger.
Tunaambiwa kwamba vijana wale walioingia kudai haki.
You're right. It has been well governed before you got there. You're right. That's what Tanzania was known as. Well-governed, peaceful, one of the most well-governed and peaceful countries in Africa. That's what Tanzania has always been known, until they put your punk ass in there to get it. Yes, that's why it erupted. Because Tanzanian people are way more docile than Kenyans. They never had no reason to protest and say, oh, you Kenyans, stop it, until it hit them. They're like, and they had no choice. Yes, lady. Till they put your puppet ass up in there. Yeah. You're despicable.
Kaingia barabarani. Na wengi wao waliingia barabarani kuendana na hizo fedha walizopewa. Je, fedha zilitoka wapi? Zilitoka wapi? Kwa hiyo haya tukaangalie nchi za ndani na nje wamechangia nini kwenye mambo haya.
Which raises a sharp question. If the protesters, or rather the protests, weren't organic, then who bankrolled this chaos? While Suluhu was asking rhetoric questions about who could possibly...
First accused Kenyans, she said Kenyans are the reason why the demonstrations are happening, that we are the people who went to...
The Kenyan youth didn't have the money to bankroll. That's so, we know that's a lot. She's so despicable. That's why you got the 98% of the election, Joby. 98%. This lady's so despicable, so disgustingly horrible. Murdering innocent men, women, and children, Kenyan and Tanzanians alike. They got the nerve. That's why everybody's laughing. You heard of Ramaphosa. They showed Ramaphosa and said, you know, the president of Tanzania got 98%. He couldn't stop. He just started laughing. Everybody knows this is a joke. She is a despicable, no good woman. This is crazy, and she's a filthy murderer. So it ain't just because they don't think just because it's a woman. Oh, the women women are just despicable as men. It's the kind of woman you want to get, like the one down in Namibia. Not this retarded, wicked ass bitch. And she ain't no, and she ain't no Her Excellency and all that dumb shit. All these Africans we gotta be called all these goofy names. Go ahead, Joe.
Questions about who could possibly have the money and motive to bankroll such protests. Sheikh Ibrahim Bakozi was already pointing fingers. During a fiery press conference that conveniently echoed the president's sentiments, he said the Catholic Church was behind the unrest.
Nataka niwaambie ukweli. Kanisa Katoliki, na wala tuseme uongo, najua Kanisa Katoliki ndio limemondoa Mbowe. Kwani hatujui mpango si umepangwa hapa Msimbazi Center? So wamekaa hapa wakamondoa Mbowe kwa mikakati na mipango kwa sababu yeye ni KKT. Wakatengeneza mkakati wakamuingiza Lissu kwa mipango yao na mikakati yao. Nani ajui? Tunajua. Alafu Kanisa Katoliki wana swali moja ambalo mpaka leo hawajajibu. Dr. Slaa alipokuwa katibu wa
Now this is a lie. And you know the Catholic Church controls that Islam shit too, because they was created that shit. I might need no real history. Catholic Church created that fake Islam. Hate to tell you, yeah. Newsflash, nigga. Sorry. Yo.
Angaliani clip mtasiona.
Sorry.
That's okay, Joe. This is all fake. But they know Africans hold dear to the religion, whether you're Islamic, a Muslim, or Christian. They're gonna cause this war so you'll be distracted against Samir Suluhu. So you'll start fighting and killing each other and leave her ass in power. Right? So this is to get you fight. This is what this is. They know how this works. These are some despicable people, boy. Because they know the mindset of African people with these goofy religions. They know this. This is some despicable shit.
Alisema yeye aliziwia silaha zilizokuwa zinataka kuingizwa katika kupitia kanisa Katoliki. Swali mpaka leo Wakatoliki hawajajibu. Hizo silaha alizoziwia Dr. Slaa alipokuwa akiwa katibu wa teki zilikuwa zinapitishwa na nani? Na ndani ya kanisa huyo mtu alikuwa anataka kupitisha alikuwa anashirikiana na nani? Na hizo silaha zilikuwa zinakwenda wapi?
Yeah, it's really about to get chaotic because this is not just a talk. This is anger. This is not just a talk, if you can see. These are the Muslim religion, because I've seen different videos. They are really, really mad about what is happening. They're blaming the Catholics or the Christian religion. And this is the same thing happening in Nigeria. This is why you can see Nicki Minaj being used to push the propaganda about the same thing. This is nothing to do with religion. This is the politicians who are being used. They're funding all these propagandas and they're working.
Exactly, Joby. It's dangerous.
Sadly, the people are being played mind games and they are literally falling onto the traps on this is nothing to do with Yasulu, this is something to do with Christians, this is something to do. Now you're talking about Kenyans are the ones who are the ones who went to demonstrate. Kenyans actually are on the street candle lighting for Tanzanians as we speak right now, today on Friday, for the lives that were lost in Tanzania, because we're the only country standing with these people. I don't know about other countries, but no one is talking. Oh, most of the people are also so scared. That's one thing I've noticed literally by me. Every time I put comments on Pan-African pages, people are so scared to talk about the truth.
Of course, they're scared.
Who are you to talk this? What do you know? Shut the fuck up. Just abusive things, sometimes abusive verbs. You're like, what the? Just because I say this, can you try and go do something, research and understand what I'm talking about? Sadly, and that's why this is so easy to actually affect us, because of our religion mindsets, thinking this is all about religion. They're gonna win at the end of the day.
According to Sheikh Bakozi, the same Catholic Church that has spent decades running schools, hospitals, and holding together the country's fragile social services has apparently had a change of heart and mission. He claims they have repurposed their donation baskets not for feeding the poor or healing the sick, but for bankrolling a nationwide plot to unseat a Muslim president who, just for the record, has been linked to abductions and killings.
Tunataka tuseme wallahi wabillahi watallahi hatutani.
See, that's how you know these religions are fake. He doesn't believe in any justice, and they're fake God. It's all fake. Because he knows these abductions have nothing to do with any Christianity, Islam. That's why these religions are so dangerous, because they're fake. They're phony. He's going to get his masses all built up. Oh, these Christians try to stop a Muslim president. Your Muslim president is wicked as fuck. They didn't do no Muslim. Christianity. You have wicked Christian presidents, wicked Muslim presidents. But they're going to use the religion as a way to divide and conquer and cause conflict. And say, oh, it wasn't her. She wasn't responsible for the killings. It was the Christian church. And the Christians behind this because she's a Muslim, which is a lie. And since you have not given, like Joby said, critical thinking, your schools are school fees and garbage. You don't know how to critically think. You don't know how you're being played and used, because Africa is kept ignorant on purpose for shit like this. Go ahead, Joby.
Kuanzia kesho tunaanza taarifa rasmi kwa wahadhiri wote 3500 kila msikiti.
And what he doing? He's inciting the right. You know she's behind it, because if anybody was talking to her, she would lock him up. Because this is inciting a riot. He's supposed to lock his ass up. Because he's inciting a riot, like Joby said, with anger. He's inciting a riot. So this goes against freedom of speech, because he's inciting a riot. So he's supposed to be arrested, because this is fake speech. So this is called incendiary speech, not backed by any investigative proof. So he's supposed to say, somebody's supposed to see him, like in America, the FBI will pull up to your door and say, hey, you better knock it off. You do another one, we're locking your ass up. But of course, this is supporting the regime, and so he's allowed to say these incendiary, crazy ass things to get people's emotions flared up to start fighting amongst themselves. He's supposed to got knocked at the door, say, hey, you better shut the fuck up. You say it again, we're locking your black ass up. But They're not, because the regime wants them out here talking crazy like this. But go
And
ahead, Joe.
news coming in currently, this goes on in Tanzania. We have China, which has begun a $1.4 billion upgrade of the Tanzania-Zambia railway. And I think that Tanzania and Zambia have just kicked off a major revival of the Cold War era Tazara railway with with $1.4 billion, sorry, a deal to modernize the line. Originally built in the 1970s, the
So,
mission.
so what they do? So it's starting now. So what Joey said, they're starting to put Tanzania in debt. It's a debt trap. So now after they put them in debt, they're gonna start stealing all this shit. That's why they wanted the port, which Magufuli said, "You're not getting our port." That's why they got rid of him, right? He said, "What? You're not getting our port. We get our port, not you, China, and no one else." But now Samir is giving away the ports. She's gonna start giving away lands to the Arabs and all other kind of shit. Because they're talking this goofy Muslim shit that have been African. They're gonna say, those are Muslim brothers. Our Muslim, la 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 la. We can't stand these niggas. Can't stand these niggas. So they'll go and start stealing resources, and till the Tanzanians finally get upset. Say, hey, it's all or nothing. This broad's about to give away the country. Okay, so get ready for the ride.
Kwanza kujipanga na kukabiliana na hao wanaoitwa watandamana, mtakuta tumekatana vichwa huko barabarani, wala hatuwatanii. Wallahi tunakwambieni, kwa sababu tunaona hii nchi sasa inakwenda kuchezewa. Najua wengine mtakata shauri yenu, lakini huu ndio uhalisia. Na wala hatupepesi macho.
That's enough, Joe. That's enough. That's enough, Joe. That's enough. We don't get his more no more airtime. We don't get his more no more airtime to keep spouting that. Keep spouting this poison.
Reportedly kidnapped, tortured. As Tanzanians were kidnapped, tortured, and killed, bishops issued strong condemnations demanding accountability.
Na ni katika mazingira ya kisiasa hawa watu watatu wataja.
As if she didn't kill Muslims too. She killed all kinds of. They didn't know if a person was Christian or Muslim she was killing. They were all out there protesting. How do you know it was a Muslim or a Christian protest? Doesn't make any sense. There's a bunch of Muslims murdered. Go ahead, Joe.
I agree, but I'd say recently, especially for Kenya, in Tanzania, the last time we were there, the spa we showed you before, by the time we had already opened our spa. The spa we had sent you, the pink spa, which was very cute, it was actually owned by a pastor, and which is actually nice. Yeah, it is very something rare to see these people elevating other people in the society. And I mean by even giving job opportunities, because it's so hard to find also pastors who relate with what the young people want, or rather how to create job opportunities, the business ideas we can get apart from just you lying to people religiously. So I was actually personally impressed because it's something very rare. And until actually our cab driver lady told us she was a pastor, we didn't know. And we didn't even know she was the boss because of how she was carrying herself. Very simple. Like she didn't have any,
Oh, she was the boss of the place? She was a cab driver too?
No. Our cab driver, the Uber cab driver, the woman who always Loveness, who always drives us around when we're there, she's the one who took us there. So when we got there, she took us. That is after she had left, after she had we had sold some few things that Nish had brought from the States and all that. They bought actually a bunch of things. That's the only salon that actually, the spa that bought a bunch of things actually from Nish. And then after she left, our club lady was like, hey, by the way, this is a pastor, a big pastor in Tanzania. I was like, wow. This is impressive. The fact that she's, not only because there's the money. We know these people manipulate people's mind, whether they know or not, but coming out and using your money to create a job opportunity for young people, because that's what I saw. Because she owned 2 stores, the spa, and she had a massage store at the other side just after that one. So I was like, wow, this is so impressive, because this is very rare. Actually, for pastors, they don't believe in this beauty industry. They're the most criticizers of the beauty industry. Don't put on makeup, don't do your nails, don't do your hair. For the majority of them, personally, that's the type of how do I say, preaching I've grown up with. Or doing your makeup, doing your hair, doing your nails is a bad thing. I'm a lady. So that was so impressive. So I'd say today, what I'm trying to say is that today, in Kenya, I'm going to be specific about Kenya, about Tanzania, as much as they're criticizing what took place. I don't have much details. But in Kenya recently, we've had most of the pastors being found in a very dangerous position after criticizing the government for not wanting to be accountable. We've had so many pastors who have even lost, the support of the government, because the system always goes to these churches, they support them and all that.
Of course.
Money laundering and all that. But most of them have been in a very light and being warned by this system. Hey, don't openly come talk about me, this and this and this, this and this and this. But they're still not stopping, because the people who are the majority youth, and the people, it's not the pastors, it's not the president, the prime ministers, or the MPs who come to your churches. It is the people. So the people called out. I remember actually this was happening in 2024. The people called out the churches, those who are refusing to open doors when people were running from tear gas and bullets, and bunch of things happened. And since then, actually, these pastors have been very alert and on the line. They're like, hey, we support you. You're the majority. You're the people who actually feed these churches. You're the people who bring money here constantly, not these politicians. They're here for their own political benefits, but you are the majority. So I love the transparency personally that is coming, apart from just not the religion, but trying to resonate with the people.
Yes. There, victims and communities.
Ndugu zangu wapendwa, taifa letu limejeruhiwa na taifa letu limepoteza heshima.
Yeah, so as you can see, this a pastor, a reverend, I don't know, a Catholic, whatever, but he's saying that the country currently doesn't have leadership. The leadership they have, that is not leadership, because again, this is the same thing that is going to apply to Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Once you experience a good leadership, you'll know when fake leadership comes, because I was saying personally for Kenya, we've never had a true transparent leadership. Starting from Jomo Kenyatta, come to Moi Kibaki, Kenyatta, William Ruto. We've never had even a successful coup, to be honest. I don't even know where. The last time people attempted a coup, that was during Moi, and they were all it was chaotic.
You got your boy Kagame, you got your favorite boy Kagame calling Uhuru Kenyatta a criminal.
Yeah. You saw the video. I don't want to share it because I was like, nah, he's always doing this every single time. He always being the good guy every single time. He's not the part of the people who are following all this and in a bigger angle.
I know. You got another criminal. There's no honor amongst thieves, Joby. They're both criminals.
Kana na yale yaliyojiri wiki ya uchaguzi mkuu.
But for that, they too paid the price. Detentions, harassments, threats, and torture.
Sasa unaposema sisi tusitetee uhai wa mtu, Mdude haonekani sasa hivi. Kijana yule anaitwa Mdude yule alikuwa ana criticize au anachambua mambo ya siasa ya nchi, wengine hawafurahi. Sasa unaposema tusimtetee wakati sisi kazi yetu ni kutetea uhai wa mtu, unatuambia tuache kuhubiri dini na kazi yetu ni kufungisha, linda uhai wa mtu. Kama amekosea tumeshaweka taratibu.
Exactly.
So when Tanzanians finally poured into the streets,
what did he say? I don't know what he said.
Sorry. I mean, why Swahili classes should be making a difference in the change.
Instead of saying, just say, let me translate, Joey's going to go and insult me and say, what about them classes? Supposed to be making a change. I haven't followed those classes, Joe.
It's not unconscious, it's just facts, Short. I mean, if you don't listen, the other people will listen. You should understand what I'm saying. Short mosquito. But anyway, the guy is saying they believe in humanity, and if you look at the human the human rights body, sorry, the human rights body translation of Swahili is so hard. Yeah, so they're saying they believe in humanity, and if you talk about the human rights body, which they are calling out this already too late, they're not gonna
Okay.
fall for that. They're not falling for this. So
Yeah,
for
I
them,
got you.
as Christians, which again, this is nothing to do with religion, but of course people have their own stands. But they're saying as Christians, we believe people should not be killed this mercilessly because they demanded accountability. Because what they're actually calling out, which Samia Suluhu says, I don't know what's wrong, I don't know what's the problem, why people are demonstrating, why these people wanted a change. You know what? We know what was happening. For you to even come lie on the mainstream media that we had 17 presidential candidates, this is disgraceful. Where is the International Criminal Court? What is the AU doing? What is the UN, the EU doing? Why are the other African puppets? It's crazy, man.
Sham election, they weren't chanting Latin hymns. They were demanding an end to the disappearances, the nepotism, the bullets. But according to State House and its favorite sheikh, that's just the church pulling strings with a rosary in one hand and a bag of cash in the other.
They got it as a shake.
Samia still insists she can't understand what the protests were about. For her, the idea that citizens could organically...
Yeah, this was actually a video that was released, I think, yesterday or on Wednesday. She said, I don't understand why the people were demonstrating. I'm still yet to understand. And she sent her condolences to the family of those who lost their loved ones. And yeah, nothing literally much she's saying that is making sense because she knows exactly what is happening. She knows why she's there. She knows why she won 97% of the vote. She knows why
97, 98% of the vote. Yeah.
So, you know, it's scary because I thought about this. I think that was on Wednesday. 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 On Wednesday, I had some guests in my house. So we woke up talking about politics. And one of the things I think I remember I said, I can't even run to Zanzibar because I thought it was safe, you know, because now the fact that Kenyans are getting removed from hotels where they are staying and they're getting tortured. It's very scary. I can go there. Because personally, also I'm on the Tanzanian pages criticizing Samia Suluhu. So
not until it calms down. By the time your election, all that shit will be over, she'll have full reign and full power. So Zanzibar will be all right by then. But I'm just saying.
Wagwan Keith, you good?
I'm good. What's up?
Man, the only thing safe about Zanzibar is the safes that they're hiding money in. Okay? That's the only safe thing about Zanzibar.
That's calmness. So you wanted to say that. So but anyway.
But as well, just to add on to this subject, she's asking why they want change. They want change, eh? You know, you can't wear.
Asking why our people demonstrate.
Yes, why they want change.
No, she said she doesn't understand.
Oh yeah, we are trying to explain it to her. Okay, they want change because you can't wear dirty underwear for 16 weeks and expect not to stink. So when they're trying to get their laundry done,
why did you have to use that?
Okay, when they're trying to get their laundry done, the dirty underwear is trying to stick onto the citizens.
That's a good analogy. That works. That's a good analogy, Joby. Yeah, someone she's dirty because she's dirty underwear. So yeah, so the ideal. See, this is how crazy and despotic this lady is. She is completely evil. This is textbook Banana Republic shit. I don't know why people are protesting me. I won with 98% of the vote. I don't know, and yeah, I killed a bunch of people, but I don't know why. That's crazy talk. It's like being completely disconnected from reality. This is straight Banana Republic talk. It's crazy talk. So.
Next year, wait for Uganda. I was just telling a friend of mine today, Next year it's Uganda, and 2027 is Kenya. And Uganda, you can see already the son of Museveni has declared merciless, brutal actions if people dare to demonstrate against the election.
Of course, exactly. I wish he would go to. I wish, I wish Uganda would go to war with Kenya, because it would force Kenya to stomp the shit out of Uganda and throw Museveni out of power. There's no way Uganda would win a war against Kenya. There's just no way. Even though they both got fucked up militaries, Kenya would win still. Kenya would win that war, and they would. And I would tell Kenya to annex Uganda, annex that shit, annex.
We don't want that. We want unity. We want peace.
We want you'll get unity when you annex the joint. If they invade, they want to go to war. Okay, but the thing of winning war, I'm annexing your ass. You will be no more 70s. Now you will all be Kenyans. You got it? You're annexed. I'm annexing you. You haven't had no development in 50 years.
What if it's the other way around? Because like I said, some people are saying it's the other way around. Museveni wants Kenya.
I said that, but I'm saying, but he wouldn't win a war. I know. I like that war to jump off. He wouldn't win a war against Kenya. He would lose.
We'll be in trouble. We will be in trouble.
Of course, he wants to. Yes, he's openly telling you in your face, I want to annex Kenya. But you guys, do you know who's the Kenyans? You know who's the Kenyans that put that moron in power? Do you know the history of that? Kenyan put that nigga in power. They put him in power. Do you know that, Joby? Kenyans put this moron in power?
No.
Yeah, he was. Kenya's such a corrupt country. Let me tell you the history of Museveni, no good ass. They brought in, same way they did with the goopy Sudanese they got in there. They brought this goopy moron into Kenya, and they helped him orchestrate the overthrow of, Idi Amin Dada got defeated by Tanzania. So they ran his ass out the country. And so now Uganda was in turmoil. So the political system behind the scenes brought Museveni into Kenya. They set his ass up. They gave him weapons, and they helped him maintain, get power in Uganda. Kenya did that. This has been known. I'm sure the Kenyans don't know that. It's been known.
I didn't know that. I've been here talking about politics. I don't know nothing about
you probably can look. Let's see if Google will tell the truth. Look it up. Say Museveni was put into power by the Kenyan political class. They put his ass in power. I'll be dead. What? Kenya should be. See, this Africans be like, how dare you bite the hand that fed you, nigga? You'll break your back. You better keep your fucking mouth shut.
It says the claim that Kenyan political class put Museveni into power is an oversimplification.
It's always oversimplification. Yes is yes. Google it. Yes. They when he say that Kenyan political power put this nigga in power.
But
this is known.
There is evidence of significant albeit quite support from Kenya during his rise. During the 1980s, Kenya served as a diplomatic and operational base for Museveni, providing him with a safe haven in Nairobi.
Exactly, they kept him safe because they were going to kill his ass. Exactly, they kept him safe in Nairobi. The political class of Kenya kept this moron safe. So I'll be telling you, most of them are probably dead, but the history don't remember. I say, how dare you open your filthy ass mouth, nigga? We put your ass in power.
Yeah,
you keep your fucking mouth shut talking about Kenya, you weak bastard.
I bet most of the people don't know about this like me. I just knew about this right now because Kenyans been the most active people on the internet globally, whether they like it or not, with the most active people on the internet. We would have gone after Museveni with that, but no, I've not seen that defense mechanism applying anywhere. I've not seen.
Probably don't know that history. I've been to that history. I thought you guys thought everybody knew it. I said I'll be thinking if you guys are smart, I've been thinking you guys already knew that. Kenyan put his ass in power.
We when I really say we're really smart, we have all been dumbed down, especially because this should be education. This should be part of the system of history, like educational wise. This is something we should be learning through history. Hey, Kenya helped Museveni acquire power in this and this and this. But this is nowhere in the academics, not in history, not in geography. Nowhere, not even on gazettes, nowhere, not even on any museum where historically it's nowhere.
That open your filthy mouth about Kenya. Motherfucker, we put your ass in power. Better shut your filthy mouth.
Now I know that. So I have something at least I can defend myself with when Ugandans try to talk their shit when I go after their platform or one of the platforms talk about. But anyway, with facts, I'm gonna go back to facts and do more research. But I also see let me go through the comments as I wind up. I see Big Cheese in the building once again. Karibu. He was saying earlier they pay our brightest minds to keep us on the platforms, pretending to call out the oppressor, but really giving him the cover. Well,
They don't want to admit that dude was a propaganda. Like, well, he tell me always tell you didn't give him time to talk. I already heard what I need to hear when I'm listening. Yeah, some shit missing here. Go ahead.
Exactly. Big Cheese also says, and now the right-wing media is praising Nicki Minaj like she's intelligent and a freedom fighter.
Exactly.
Shout out to the God Jaw mosquito. Okay, the God Jaw mosquito. I see you.
Thank God.
He's Grand Rising and good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too and Grand Rising. Big Cheese says that Tanzanian lady looks like that crazy black American was going
Yeah, that was in Pakistan talking about, you shut up. I'm gonna do what I tell you to do. I forgot Majobi played her last year. And she went to Dubai and got locked up. She do look like that ugly lady.
Her name was Onika.
What's her name? I don't know what her name was. I know she was crazy as cat shit.
Her name was Onika something. I think she was using the Nicki Minaj's Nika Maraj or something. I don't know, but she was Onika something. The God Jaw mosquito says, every time you look at Islam, you know the fighting is around the corner. Exactly. And also says Islam and war go together like butt cheeks. God damn. You and Kamlesh are the worst analogies or theories. These tribalistic cultural practices are nothing but older forms of religion. Also says, I kind of see resemblance. Big Cheese, they do look alike. I agree with Samia Sulu. The eyebrows are fucked up. That's what's up.
Eyebrows are fucked up.
The lipstick, yeah. Shout out to the God. Big Jesus says, as I sit back and look at the mindset of Black people in Brazil and the Caribbean, it's hard for me to hope, but I'll keep fighting. And I also see the God Jaw mosquito says, Joby, is that tongue wiggler Kamlesh? Oh, yeah, that's Kamlesh. You wanted to say that, just that. You wanted to say that so bad. You had told me to report it, but you had typed it on my phone, but I didn't say it. So you came to say it. Okay, but I also see, because I was like, what type of analogy is that? A dirty underwear. I'm not saying that bullshit. Like, you can't say it with your own mouth. I'm not using that analogy. But I also see John Smith, that woman is Satan himself. I never liked her from the first day she was appointed. And yeah, that is what is happening. Literally, that's our news and update. Before we wind up, we have Cyril Ramaphosa, and of course, again, being November, you might have noticed from majority of TikTokers, Instagrammers, on people on social media are using the purple profile to literally as a symbol of end gender-based violence. And we have some.
I wonder why Shimani letters in purple. Is that what that means?
Yeah, we have her and Christine have the purple. Personally, I'm not.
Yeah, Christine too.
I'm so sorry. I support you with my heart and mouth. I don't have to do all that social media.
Wait, calm down. We know you're not gonna do nothing. Calm down.
Because there are people who are attacking on your inbox. This is real, man. You have people who are gonna come attack you, especially women. Oh, so you are supporting gender-based violence. Why don't you have a purple icon, or you're not putting purple loves everywhere? Excuse me. I support you with my mouth and my heart. That's it. Do I need to participate in the real action? That's the same thing like you, when we had Nigerians telling me on the comment section, you don't live in Nigeria. Must I live there to feel the pain of the real action? You sound crazy, man. So as we wind up, President Ramaphosa declares gender-based violence as a
You ain't gotta
national.
wind up too fast because airtime's on vacation.
My time is up though. I don't have
Calm down. I know you're gonna make an excuse.
it's not excuse. That's the conversation. Unless you have another conversation, I can continue, but
Nah,
I don't.
go ahead.
But yeah, Ramaphosa declared gender-based violence as a national crisis in South Africa, and this is what he had to say.
We do have a challenge of gender-based violence, and the women of our country are crying out that they need much more focus on the issue of gender-based violence. They need protection, they need support, and they need assistance.
No.
Largely from their government.
What's the hold up, pause it. What's the source of it? The source of it is most likely because the African man is impoverished. So
you're breaking. You're breaking.
His okay, I'm breaking. I'm trying. How about now? Breaking now?
I can hear you.
Am I breaking now?
No.
I'm not defending. I'm broken again.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Okay. I'm not defending the South African man's behavior. I'm saying, but the source, you can empower women all you want. The source of him beating up on his woman is because he's impoverished. That's the reason. And he has no voice in the society. I'm not defending it.
Sadly, this was happening yesterday at my apartment. Yesterday at around 1 p.m. there was a woman who was being beaten by her husband, man, so bad.
Wow.
He was abusing her, very, very, like, calling her a dog, calling her, and I think he wanted to take the baby away from her. And always women are gonna be defensive with their children. Like, I don't know where the whole situation escalated from, but the sad part is no one comes to help you.
You mean like 1 a.m. in the morning? You mean in the morning, right? That's a.m. That ain't p.m. That's in the a.m. So he started beating up on her. Anybody come out to help her?
Sadly, no. Most of us were watching from the balcony because where she was being beaten at, the watchman was there but couldn't even defend her because this guy was so violent to the point he's saying, "You touch me, I'm gonna kill you. You touch me, I'm gonna kill you next because you don't know what's happening here." And he was really very serious. I'm like, God damn. Like, it's 2025 for you to be raising your hand on a woman and you even put in threats of killing someone. Like, this is not just South Africa. This is majority. And I agree with you, Keith. It's because of the poverty. Poverty is one of the biggest problems. And this is why I go and urge most of the men, please stop settling if you can't afford. If you can't take care of a woman, you can't take care of a kid. Let that love go through the window, please. Okay? Let it go through the window. Put your emotions, affections, everything aside. If you can't take care of this lady and you know you don't have even a strategy planned of your life, leave alone even the life you looking at it because of the wife and your life, please stop because that's poverty. I agree, that's the biggest factor of it because you have a child, you don't have you're financially struggling. This woman probably doesn't have a job. You don't want her to go to work. Also, that's the type of mindset we have with most of the African men. You don't want her to go to work. This is what used to happen with my dad's a big abuser, literally. That's why my mom left. My dad used to abuse my mom when she was pregnant with me, to the point where my mom had a scar on her ear. And when I once asked her what happened, she told me, your dad beat me thoroughly when I was pregnant with you. The point he took a plice and chopped her ear off. Like, that's what happened.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then me observing that now in real life, my stepmom was pregnant. I've given this story before. She was pregnant, and then she had gone to the market, like issues. Then she just woke up, went to the market to do shopping for, of course, the coming baby. And I think she had not told him she's pregnant. And I wonder how. And you sleep with this guy every day in the same bed. It's so crazy. So she had gone shopping. I was at school tuition on Saturday. Then we came back and she was not around. We had to wait for her to bring us the keys. Then my dad was all mad. Then when she came, she didn't even give him. He didn't give her time to explain herself. He started beating up so bad.
Your dad's a monster, boy.
She had really bad scars that it was supposed to be a police case, but he manipulated her to tell the police that this was thug that beat her up, and she went to the story. So it was so bad. It was so bad. It was really, really, really bad. My mom also used to be beaten by my stepdad. Very bad.
Right.
Very bad. Very, very, very bad. Like to the point, because there's a time I remember it was so bad. My mom had a knife. My stepdad had some object or something. So my mom, to defend herself, she had a knife on her hand. I'm like, man, this is so chaotic. My brother is crying, I'm crying. And especially when there's nothing you can do in such kind of situation. You just watch, it's so traumatic. It's very, 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 very sad. So please stop having kids. That's one of the ways for you to end a gender-based violence. Stop having kids if you're not financially stable, because the pressure that comes with having a family and you're not financially stable, it's real. And people don't, it's gonna be the bullshit we've been given by religion. God is gonna give you everything without you working so hard for it. Or you just give birth to a child, they come with their plate. Where's the plate? Where? Please, the Swahili version of mtoto anakuja na sahani yake. Stop it. Please stop it. These are my closing remarks. And literally, so many things contribute to gender-based violence. Also, I'd say the rise in where you're raised. Because if you grow up in such a background and you don't know anything better, especially as a man, that's what
think it's normal. Yeah.
That's what you don't know how to handle women. You just react by being abusive. You think that's the only way you can be be hard enough. And also when it comes to women, there are women who tolerate things because especially in Africa, you don't want to be shamed because you walked out of your marriage, your husband left you, or you lost your marriage.
Shame. Motherfucker beating your ass, you shame about leaving? Crazy as cat shit.
That is so real. Something else is also the dowry, which traps women, because once the dowry
that dowry shit.
So you're forever enslaved to this man unless he wants to leave you. And then something else also, we have the mindset of other women who believe when a man beats you, he loves you. It's a very bad mindset. But literally, those are my closing remarks. Sister Michelle, nice to see you. But that's why I come to the end of today's conversation. It is exactly 16 minutes past 3 p.m. Right here in the 254, wishing you a beautiful rest part of your morning. We're coming back with the Rhythm Scoop show. And of course, later we're going to be having the Africa Today show, as you see what conversations we're going to be having tonight. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful rest part.
Peace, family. Say by that noon, and I will be on the night. Tonight and tomorrow. The cheese been donated. I gotta do that. So.